Welcome to this short video about microwave vacuum drying of heavy whipping cream. My name is Joseph Dumpler, and on behalf of our research team at Cornell, the Moraru lab, I will be happy to guide you through the process of making shelf-stable dehydrated cream using microwave vacuum drying technology within the next few minutes. In this work, we use commercial pasteurized whipping cream as a starting material. In preparation for the drying process, the cream was brought to an optimum fat and total solids level and homogenized under different conditions, as will be discussed later. After homogenization, we cool the homogenized cream on ice, evaporate it to a higher total solids level to save energy during the drying process, and then we subject it to microwave vacuum drying to remove almost all the water and get the shelf-stable dehydrated cream. The key part of the process is the microwave vacuum drying process. For this, we're using a pilot-scale microwave vacuum dryer made by the company N-Wave, which is located at our pilot plant in Geneva, New York. The main components of the dryer are the drying chamber, which is the large cylindrical part in the center, the microwave generators called the magnetrons, located on the left-hand side of the drying chamber, and the vacuum generating system located to the far right. The large tall cabinet between the drying chamber and the vacuum system houses the electrical components, the transformers and rectifiers, and the control panel for the unit. To properly dry the heavy cream or any other liquid food product, the product has to be placed in the dryer in a thin layer of uniform thickness. In this work, and for research purposes, we place the cream in blue silicone ice cube molds. In a commercial manufacturing setting, and maybe a continuous instead of a batch process, a different solution can be used for this, such as a conveyor belt. Here you can take a closer look at the trays and the silicone molds that contain the cream before they are loaded into the dryer. Once the cream is loaded in these blue ice cube molds, they are placed onto white plastic trays that are hinged one by one onto the carousel inside the microwave vacuum drying chamber to move them through the microwave field. After all product has been loaded into the chamber, the front door is closed and the process parameters, which include microwave power, vacuum level, and duration, are set on the controller. The processing parameters are recorded and can be monitored constantly during the process. Besides microwave power, see the green line, and the vacuum level, see the dotted purple line, the temperature of the product is also shown in red. As you can see, the temperature does not exceed about 70 Celsius, about 160 Fahrenheit, during the process, which will allow it to maintain a good quality and functionality. Let us take a look at how the product changes in appearance during drying. Starting from the left to the right, you can see cream with different solids level after drying times of 5 to 45 minutes. The product changes gradually from a liquid to a solid state. The color changes are mostly due to the removal of water, so that the product in the end resembles something like butter fat or ghee. Under optimized drying conditions, the product does not brown, but remains a yellowish solid of good quality. What affects the color, appearance, and functionality of the final product is whether or not cream was homogenized before the drying process. In this image, you can see three types of dried product. Unhomogenized cream on the left, which results in a liquid butter fat, single-stage homogenized in the center, and two-stage homogenized product to the right. You can clearly see the differences in visual appearance. The product looks differently even in these drying trays, but the differences are even more clear when we take a look at the product that has been taken out of the trays. As you can see in this picture to the left, the unhomogenized cream dries into a pasty product. Initially that was kind of a liquid that resembled ghee, and when it cools down, it looks like that. And you see a significant amount of free fat. The one-stage homogenized cream leads to a crumbly solid with some free fat that is shown in the middle, while the two-stage homogenized cream dries into these nice uniformly puffed, relatively cohesive crisps to the right. Now that we have this dried cream and we dried it into a shelf-stable product, the question is, how functional is this product? In other words, what can be done with it? This is very important because the spray-dried cream powders that are currently sold on the market lack any functionality. After reconstituting spray-dried cream, it is not possible to use it to make whipped cream or churn this reconstituted cream into butter. Therefore, we wanted to find out if reconstituted microwave vacuum dried cream can be used to make whipped cream or butter similar to regular heavy cream, either at home or in a food industry setting. To turn this material back into its original state, the dried cream needs to be reconstituted by adding water. As a next step, I will take you through the reconstitution process and some of the characterization work that we did. For reconstitution, we added warm water to the dry cream and either used a kitchen blender or a mixer at different shear and temperature. Let us first take a look at reconstitution of dry cream in a blender, which could be done easily in any home. We put 2 cups of dry cream in the blender, added 2 cups of hot water, and ran the blender at the highest speed for 3 to 4 minutes. We speeded this up for you in this video. After cooling the reconstituted cream, which we did in the lab using ice-water mixture, we get a thick, heavy whipping cream as you can see here. As an alternative for reconstitution of dry cream, we can use an ultra-thorax, a high-shear rotostator mixer, which is closer to industrial processing. I will demonstrate how this can be done with the rotostator homogenizer as we use it in our lab. As a final application, we tested the whipping properties of the microwave vacuum dried reconstituted heavy cream. The whipping process is shown here at a faster pace. The consistency of whipped cream obtained from reconstituted cream is very close to the consistency of the original whipping cream. You can see here how it runs from the spoon. In this picture, you can see a side-by-side comparison of whipped cream obtained from regular pasteurized cream on the left and whipped cream reconstituted under different conditions using the high shear homogenizer. The 3 samples on the right show the reconstituted cream. The results we obtained were very encouraging as the texture was very similar. Depending on the homogenization conditions of the whipping cream before drying and the reconstitution conditions, the whipped cream can have either a soft or a stiff consistency. To confirm these visual observations, we determined the texture of the whipped cream using a texture analyzer fitted with a cream testing probe. The texture analyzer essentially measures the resistance of the whipped cream when the probe penetrates into it. This gives us the firmness. The texture analysis did confirm that indeed the firmness of the whipped cream obtained from the microwave vacuum dried product and reconstituted is similar to regular whipped cream. We also used microscopy to look at the cream microstructure. This allowed us to observe if the fat globules in the reconstituted dry cream are similar in shape and size to the ones observed in the initial heavy whipping cream. When looking under the microscope, fat globules appear as small circles, as you can see in this photo. We confirmed that indeed the fat globules in reconstituted dry cream are very similar to those found in pasteurized cream, which explains the similarity in functionality between the two products. We also used another microscopy technique called confocal microscopy to better evaluate the microstructure of reconstituted cream. Using this technique, it is possible to differentiate between fat and protein in cream by staining them in different colors. In this image, we show a comparison between pasteurized heavy cream to the left and reconstituted dehydrated cream to the right. The fat globules appear in red and the protein in green. As you can see, the fat globules in reconstituted cream are somewhat bigger and covered by more protein than pasteurized heavy cream, which is an effect of processing. Still, these slight differences did not impact significantly the final product functionality. As a significant takeaway, we can say that the homogenization of cream before microwave vacuum drying affects the structure of the dry product and its reconstitution and functional properties. Previously, we worked on skim milk, a DPO-funded project as well. Now we are working also in parallel on cheese drying, creating cheese puffs in a DMI-funded project. And I think I could show you in this video that microwave vacuum drying of cream is also a promising technology in a drying process that could be useful for small-scale dairy processes, as the microwave vacuum drying process can be used for a couple different dairy products to dry them to make them shelf stable. With this, I want to thank you for your attention, for your support, and I hope you found this video insightful.